Happy Festivus.
What's Festivus?
When George was growing up, his father...
Nothing. It's nothing. It's a stupid holiday my father invented. It doesn't exist.
Happy Festivus, Georgie.
Good message. I haven't celebrated Festivus in years. What is your interest?
Well, just tell me everything, huh?
Many Christmases ago, I went to buy a doll for my son. I reached for the last one they had, but so did another man. As I rained blows upon him, I realized there had to be another way.
What happened to the doll?
It was destroyed. But out of that, a new holiday was born. A Festivus for the rest of us.
That must have been some kind of doll.
And at the Festivus dinner, you gather your family around and tell them all the ways they have disappointed you over the past year.
And is there a tree?
No, instead there's a pole. Requires no decoration. I find tinsel distracting.
Frank, this new holiday of yours is scratching me right where I itch.
Let's do it then.
All right.
Festivus is back! I'll get the pole.
Oh Festivus, a holiday for the rest of us.
And if you can't believe it, it's a Friday once again.
How can he close me up? On what ground? I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.
You're winning, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. Everybody out at once.
Greetings. Welcome to the gutter. Everyone ends up here eventually. It is only a matter of time. As the new year rises before us and the distractions of tinsel are in the rearview mirror, here on the gutter, we hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and New Year's season with your friends and family. Tonight, we take a turn. It's a turn we've done before. Allow me to read from the book of Costanza, chapter 9, starting at verse 10. It all began several decades ago as a stalwart of male representation of fatherhood was seeking out a doll for his son, the last upon the shelf being just within reach. As another man reached for it, this father, projecting his love and adoration for his child unto this doll, proceeded to rain blows down upon him. In the tumultuous conclusion of this grand conflict over materialism, he thought there had to be a better way. And lo, Festivus was born. Raise your aluminum pole, and while this virtual box we are all trapped within does not allow us to exhibit our feats of strength, it does give us the chance to air our grievances. And oh, shall we do that tonight? The lines will be opened, and the link will be in the chat, and you will all be able to join us as we espouse upon our grievances with all of those various topics, scenes, and notes within the spaces we have discussed throughout the last year. The us, in this instance, represents those of your host and co-host on this delicate, if not blunt, journey through honesty and inspiration here in the gutter. I remain, as always, your host, eternally wrong to most and minorly appreciated by some, Aldous. The more engaging and thoughtful half of this duo of talking heads that reside within the gutter each weekend is nationally published and distributed author, recognized cynic, and my friend, JP. JP, how we doing today?
Man, none of that is true. I'm completely ambivalent.
You are nationally published. The rest I fluffed up a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm feeling ambivalent, hence my tagline tonight, which is, who cares?
Gotcha. So Let's get through a couple of ours, and then we'll go ahead and drop the link in the chat. But first, we'll actually turn to the chat here and see who's joined us this evening. Scrolling all the way back up at the top, we've got Awesome One who says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. Well, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you as well, Awesome One. Citizen Ronan says, welcome, newcomers. The tradition of Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I've got a lot of problems with you people, and now you're going to hear about it. Indeed. Snuggy Jr. has joined us. Always good to see Snugs. Henry Bemis has joined us. Is this the place we go to air our grievances? Am I in the right place? Indeed you are. It is the annual airing of grievances. Normally we like to be positive here on the gutter, but tonight we take a turn. No topic is out of bounds, and we're going to get negative and probably pretty mean here. People might cry by the end of this. We will see. Jason Sandberg has joined us. Always a pleasure to see Mr. Sandberg. I was just over on the Friday nights with Mr. Sandberg and Mad Ruth. There's Mad Ruth as well. Good to see you guys. Been minutes, my friends. Scrolling down. Festivus for the rest of us, says Mad Ruth Studios. Indeed. And thus everyone loves Raymond was born. There you go. Hojo has joined us. Hojo, for those of you that don't know the lore, which apparently is some, I found out earlier tonight, Hojo's eternal nickname of fucking Hojo was born on this very show 3 years hence. So it will come up yet again, I am sure, since he's come up every year on the airing of grievances. Kayla has joined us. Always good to see Kayla. Kayla might have made a mistake earlier tonight. As we all know, Kayla loves Ronnie.
Care, let's go to Vegas. Let's gamble.
And then Kayla dropped this absolute gem that will forever be in rotation now on all of my shows.
Gamble.
So yeah, that happened. Scrolling down, we've got South River Studios. Hojo saying, let it flow. Scrolling down, everybody's saying Happy New Year's. Good to see you. And Henry stage dives into coffee table. Indeed. Kayla says, I just got your Christmas card for you today. Thank you so much. Yes, I got mine as well. I was just complimenting Mr. Sandberg on that. And scrolling down, we've got Awesome One is eating snacks from his Christmas stocking. Well, congratulations, my friend. That's always a good deal. Snuggy Jr.'s Coke Zero and Kraken Rum is the beverage of choice this evening. I am rocking a little Jameson and ginger ale myself, so good deal. And scrolling down, we've got Snuggy Jr. saying, here's my grievance. I am sick and tired of those little flaps on coffee lids. If you don't want to spill your coffee, then you shouldn't drive with it. Well, there you go. F coffee flaps. Indeed. It's turn signals. There's no point in putting on a turn signal as you're turning. It's too late at that point. So there you go. Has it been years? Yes, it has. Oh man.
I feel like we need to back up to the intro, because what really makes the Festivus speech is the casualness with which Frank says, as I rain blows down upon him, like that is just an ordinary thing. I think I brought it up last year, and I'll bring it up every year.
No, absolutely. That's the highlight, because I reached for a doll, and then another man did as well. And as I rain blows down upon him, because that's just the natural inclination that one would have. But starting off, we've got roughly 5 each of us with some bonus. What is your 5th, the lowest ranked grievance you have for the last year before we get into bonus time?
Well, my number 5, the reason why it's so low this year, it is a repeat of last year, but I'm happy to say I'm closer to having defeated it. But my number 5 is still Kroger. A couple of weeks ago, I bought a blood orange and I brought it home, and within 24 hours, it was completely moldy. And that wouldn't even crack the top 10 of unpleasant experiences I've had at Kroger. You know, I've talked before about how they genuinely make me want to stop returning the cart and just start pushing them into the woods. But I'm happy to report that since Kroger near me no longer carries community coffee chicory flavor, I ordered about 20 pounds of it off Amazon, and I'm getting closer to just never going back there ever again. So,
gotcha. Well, Snuggy Jr. used to work at Kroger.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Is it just the Kroger produce department, or like them as a full corporation, the shopping experience? Do you want to get any specific?
We have two Krogers here. One of them is known as the Krogetto. The one I'm talking about is the good one. But to your point, yes, it is absolutely the produce. I don't know if they just wait until the very last minute to put anything out. But I went there like a couple months ago, and like the entire produce section was completely empty in like half of the areas. Like they do not care.
So it's just the apathy that they display towards fresh produce.
Yes, which is the hallmark, what I've discovered of like genuinely good cooking, is if you aren't cooking with fresh produce, then everything you make is going to taste bland.
No, for sure. I am an amateur compared to yourself, and even I know that. That's a number one. An onion that you've had in the fridge for 2 weeks is much less flavorful than an onion you get fresh right out of the ground. Absolutely.
Well, you shouldn't be refrigerating your onions.
I always refrigerate onions. Did you just add a grievance?
No, I'm just letting you know. Like, if you buy it from the grocery store at room temperature, you should keep it at room temperature, because refrigerating it will draw out the moisture, and then it's going to dry out in the fridge.
Yeah, well, long story short, I usually try to use an onion within a day and a half of when I buy it. And like if I'm doing a salad, I like to have the onions cold. But
well, I mean, I think we're 11 minutes in, and this is already the worst show we've ever had.
Oh, no. We've done much, much worse than this. Trust me.
We're talking about onion refrigeration.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what you get here on the gutter on Festivus Grievance Night. Belmont has joined us. He says, I have a problem with live action movies and 3D animation crap. Snuggy Jr. follows that up with Chicory. What a hipster. Followed by Henry Bemis asking, Chicory, was JP born in the 1800s?
That is a high compliment.
There you go. And I hate hearing that song remakes that were originally a man singing, but now by some woman. Ooh.
No, I mean, it's a lot worse when it's resung by a man. Like Fast Car. Get the country version of Fast Car.
I hated that song originally, and I hate the remake so much more.
Wow, I sorry, I didn't realize your taste was that bad. Are you kidding me?
No, I hate Fast. It's dumb. The song is dumb.
Have you listened to the lyrics?
Yeah, that's why it's dumb. Like every mistake that she goes out to avoid, she ends up making. It's dumb.
You haven't lived, man.
Oh, I've lived. I've just not made dumb choices. Well, I've made a lot of dumb choices. I make one every Friday.
Yeah, that song could be about you.
One grievance. I don't play bass, but YouTube keeps giving me to play bass video after video. I also don't build model airplanes. I'm not sure how model airplanes tie into bass, but thank you, Citizen Ronan. I appreciate that. My fifth is this one was just this year. It was in the last few months, really just like the last few weeks for the most part. And that was this strange new thing that I saw, that you had people trying to deconstruct George Bailey as not a good person. Now, It's a Wonderful Life is arguably one of the top 3, if not top 5 Christmas movies ever made. It's an absolute magnificent film. James Stewart gives a tour de force performance. And I completely understand why the communists in our midst want to try to deconstruct it, but I've never seen them try with such desperation as this last year. You had these attempts to frame Bailey's decision not to follow his personal dreams, but to do what he was good at and able to do best to help his community and still profit by that as some kind of negative. Which is weird, because that's what the collectivists always want people to do. And then in capitalism, when you do that and you make those choices and it benefits you and you continue doing that, it's a good thing. And then along with this was Ben Shapiro trying to frame out that Mr. Potter is somehow the hero, which is even more absurd than anything a communist could do to try to destroy George Bailey. To imply that Mr. Potter, who found and stole money, is somehow the hero it's just so on point for Ben Shapiro's brand. It deserves a grievance call out. But it didn't end here. It continued with calling It's a Wonderful Life racist. Now, this is obviously dog whistling just to get attention and clickbait shit, but it's still irritating. Like, how many years? This thing's been around for more than 70 years, and we're now it wasn't racist last year. It's just racist this year. It's just so retarded and tiring and dumb. Thoughts, JP?
Well, I mean, I take solace in the fact that deconstructionist narratives tend to ultimately lose to the marketplace of ideas, but also the New York Post is garbage mostly.
Yes, it is. Dale A brings up a good point. And greetings, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Dale. At least they're talking about It's a Wonderful Life instead of dragging the tired, die-hard Christmas argument around the yard. I will give you that. That was nice to see this. It's a Wonderful Life is a shitty film, and George Bailey is a terrible person, instead of, oh, Die Hard's a Christmas movie. It's not a Christmas movie. Yeah, I do agree with that. It was a little fresh. I still think it's dumb, but at least it was fresh. That's a good call. Try to find the positive, Dale. That was a nice move. George Bailey has principles, and he stands by them, even when decisions are difficult. Yes, like a real man, which most communists would know nothing about. But with that being said, JP, let us move into our fourth item. What was your fourth grievance for the year?
Mine is a really quickie, and it's just because I've experienced it so frequently, is people that when the new year rolls around take the attitude that they're looking forward to the year ending because this has just been the worst year ever, which is basically like signaling to people, my life sucks. It's like, okay, your life sucks. It doesn't for me. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty happy. I take hot showers and live with somebody who loves me. But if your life sucks, I'm really sorry to hear that. But please don't act like it sucks for everybody. Thank you and good night.
Yeah, no, man, I do. My wife and I have a very loving marriage. I love my kids. I like to think my house is very welcoming. I definitely consider that all pluses and positives. I will say this. I have a dear friend of mine that's gone through, he went through a cancer diagnosis and some major surgeries. And, he said something similar. He's like, I'm just happy this year's behind me. And it's like, when you go through that, when you've had a rough year, like, man, I'm all about it. But in general, I get what you're saying. It's the seeking out of like, oh, I hope everything goes better for you next year. Like, if you need that on social media, oh man, like, seek help, which is actually coming up later in my grievances.
While I'm on it, let me know, tell me if you think I'm wrong on this, but like, I'm not a big fan of New Year's resolutions because I feel like it's just an excuse for people to have a moment to think about bettering themselves without ever actually committing anything towards that goal. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like a pacifier, like, oh, I'll think about this for a couple of days and then I can forget about it the rest of the year. And then
no, absolutely. The resolutions in general, they're made to be broken, and you make them to feel it's false reinforcement. It's drinking a Coke Zero, Snuggie. Trying, oh, I'm being healthy. No, you're faking yourself out. You're feeling good, but you're still drinking something that's not good for you. Like, if you're gonna do it, just drink the sugar. Come on, man. Commit fully. Go for it. Mine is something similar, and this is a reoccurring theme. This theme has been mentioned the last 2 years, and it will be mentioned again. Any indie creator that is multiple years late, I don't care what your professional stance is. I don't care what your excuses are. I don't care really anything. You made an obligation to get a book out. Get a book out. This is a two-parter. Starting in, and yes, fucking Hojo, on February 23rd of 2023, Hojo launched his first book. He then fulfilled it. On October 14th of 2023, Hojo then launched his second book. He then fulfilled it. His third book was launched on April 23rd, 2024. He then fulfilled it. And then this year, on September 19th of 2025, last year, sorry, he launched his trade, which is still available on Kickstarter. You know what he's going to do? This is going to come as a shock. Fulfill the motherfucker. You know why? And Hojo's mildly retarded. If Hojo can fulfill 3 books in that short period of time, your ass that's sitting on 1 book that's 2+ years late, what the fuck's your excuse? Like, it's retarded. It's amazing. I do not understand it. And even worse, this has been going on. And here's where we get to part 2. Fund My Comic. I like Luke. Luke Stone is a good guy. But when you change your TOS to accommodate the fact that you, as the site owner, are not abiding by your TOS, nor is your marketing guy, because you're not doing updates every month like you were supposed to, an update. All you had to do was post, still working on the book. They couldn't even do that. So what did they do? Instead of following their TOS and kicking people off, they changed their TOS. So now monthly updates aren't required. So Fund My Comic was originally positioned as a backer positive site. Well, it's not backer positive. You changed the TOS to benefit the creators, not the backers. There were supposed to be updates for backers. That's not happening anymore. You don't require it. You are no longer backer positive. There is no difference from me backing you on IndieGoGo, Kickstarter, or Fund My Comic from my point of view. You all treat me the same. So why would I run to Fund My Comic to try to back anybody? What, because I know Luke? Because I know Luke's getting my money? I don't care. Why should I care? I'm looking for the best consumer experience. So moving forward, I won't be backing as much on Fund My Comic. Not that I ever did, because I had a lot of questions to start out with, and Luke answered quite a few of them this last year by changing their terms of service. Let's turn to the chat and see what everybody else is feeling. Hojo says, fund, fulfill, repeat. Yeah, it's not hard, but apparently it is, because there's a lot of retards out there that can't get the second step done in that process. Citizen Ronan says, how dare you make others look bad, Hojo? And Snuggy Jr. does bring up a good point. Where's the 4th book, damn it? Where is it? What else we got here? All this called me a fat fuck is what I just heard. Yes, Snuggy. Those you took the words right out of my mouth. Awesome says Somali comic creators. Well, there you go. That's a new take. And Snuggy says, I feel justified in my initial skepticism of Fund My Comic. Henry Demas says, this is turning into a great Festivus. Well, I'm glad I could make you happy. Just wait. Just wait. It's going to get better. Mad Roos says, I still only crowdfund on Fund My Comic because I don't like IGG or Kickstarter. That's fine, man. That's fine. You do you. I'm still going to back your book because you're my buddy and I liked the first one. But, man, I'm just telling you, they didn't do themselves any favors to gain further business from a lot of people with that move. Raiden, any comments on that since you're over at Fund My Comic as well?
Oh no, you just made me. I completely forgot about it. I literally pulled up a tab to see if anybody had grabbed a signed copy of Noirlem 2 because I hadn't checked it in probably about a month and a half. But the answer is no.
I thought I did.
What? No, you didn't.
I didn't? I thought I did.
Nope.
Oh, I'll have to. I thought I did. I could have swore I got a copy of it. Oh well. I'll have to look into that. In any case, after number 3, we will be dropping the link in the chat, and you are all welcome to join us here to air your own grievances. But number 3, Raiden, number 3, what is your 3rd grievance for 2025?
Fantasy football.
What about fantasy football?
Well, see, I like football, and I know ball, and people who play fantasy football don't. They are fake geek girls of sports, and it just annoys the crap out of me because I don't care about your D&D whatever. I just want to watch ball, and it really pisses me off the more I see it creeping into, I mean, along with gambling, but creeping into sports coverage with people talking about like, oh, should you start so-and-so? Like, I don't fucking care. I want to watch ball. That's it. I want to talk about ball. That's all I want to hear. And
okay. I have a question for you because I have I've been playing fantasy football for 20 years, but I do it for fun. I don't take it seriously or that seriously. But one of the things that I noticed that's true about fantasy football, to your point, over fantasy hockey or fantasy baseball, which I also play, is there are a lot of pedestrian fans that are in football because you don't have to know much about the game when there's only one game a week. When it comes to baseball or hockey, you've got to know the game and understand who's playing, who's hitting well, who's scoring goals, who's on a hot streak. It's a little bit of gambler fallacy, but you got to understand matchups a lot more than football because there's only the one game a week. Do you feel that this was an entry door into sports gambling for the general public's acceptance?
Probably, but I'm more worried about it from the perspective of bringing in fake geek girls, but not actually girls, into sports, and they don't belong there. If you're not able to talk about the game, if you're not interested in understanding the game or knowing the game, fantasy football is the Candy Crush of the NFL.
Okay, I generally agree with that. Citizen Ronan says, I hate people who refer to their preferred sports team as we and us.
Too bad.
Do you feel personally attacked?
Oh, no, I never do.
Kayla's sick of whores in general.
Wow.
Jeremy agrees with you. Welcome, Jeremy Ice and Fire.
Is that also a dig at me?
I don't believe you are a whore, are you?
Well, I had to get through college.
Oh, well, that's true. My item number 3 is a two-parter, as well as my item number 4 was. It's slabbed books, and people that present slabbed books as they are somehow knowledgeable about comics simply because they own slabbed books. If you own I own one slabbed book. I bought it at an auction from Pete Cimetti. It's a signed copy of The Chair, and the only reason I bought it is Pete was looking for some funds back in the day. Like, it's the only copy I own. I'd crack it if I needed to crack it and I wanted to read it. I already got a copy of The Chair. I enjoy The Chair. Everybody should go buy the trade of The Chair. It's a good series. But it's the only one I own. And the only reason I own it is I bought it to help out a buddy. I don't understand the concept of looking at a book and going, I own that, and it's slabbed, and I'll never be able to read it or flip through it or look at it. I have the first appearance of Wolverine. I've got X-Men's 15, 16, 17, 22, and 23. They're not slabbed, nor will they ever be slabbed. Why would I slab a book? It's meant to be read. It's meant to be flipped through, even something like that. I've got multiple pulps from the 1930s that you can barely touch, or if you do touch, you have to wear cloth gloves and be expertly careful because the paper is so brittle. If you touch it with too much force, it'll break. Those aren't meant to be slabbed. They didn't slab the Dead Sea Scrolls. Like, you don't do those things. Yes, you put them in protective environments, but you want to open them up and be able to read them.
That was kind of my question, is how far back do you take it? Like a Shakespeare folio, or what did you say? The Dead Sea Scrolls, or what's that? The Tapestry of 1060 of the Battle of Hastings.
No, absolutely. You protect them. No different, dude. Going back a couple episodes on the show, I celebrated the death, Nelson's funeral. They had a signal flag from one of the Spanish galleons that was defeated at Trafalgar. They brought it out in the 60s and hoisted it up on a mast and flew it. Like, it sits underneath plexiglass now for viewing, but they still take it out and review and touch it up and do restoration work on it. They do the same thing with the U.S. Constitutions and the Declaration of Independence copies that the National Archives have. Yes, you protect it, but you don't slab it to the point that you can never open it again, especially with all the corruption that's been rampant over the last year that's been exposed over how the slabbing industry works. You can't trust the grades. You don't even know if the book that you sent them is the book that you get back. There's no confirmation. It's an insane process.
So what I learned from this is they should slab the Bill of Rights.
Oh, God. All right. So now the second part of this is the reimagining of characters, because we are so creatively bankrupt that we have to take away the essence of certain characters and reframe them. So we're going to reframe Batman. Instead of as a wealthy guy, we're going to frame him as blue collar for absolute Batman and make the signal look retarded and make the book retarded. And these sold really, really well. That's wonderful. I'm so happy for DC. They're dumb. Everything about these series are dumb, whether it's absolute Batman or absolute Superman. Make a new goddamn character and tell a different story. Don't reframe a classic character in something different. It's dumb. Why are we at the point where for the nth time we're rebooting yet another character into a different context? I'm tired of it. It's old. I don't like it. I don't want to see it anymore. And beyond that, it's exhausting. We can't come up with anything new. This same complaint, as I aired over on the Friday Night Nights, is true into the indie scene. A lot of the books that we're still getting in the indie scene, which despite the downgrade in the number of books, the trash is still prevalent. Yeah, it's a lot less, but oh my God, it's still a lot out there. Can we please get some original stories instead of reframes? I don't need any more reframes. I don't need, hey, this is my take on Superman. Any fucking more. Do something original, for the love of God. JP, thoughts?
Okay, so here's my pitch. What if the Shadow was a lady of the night?
Oh, fuck.
The eyeshadow knows.
Oh, my God. I hate you. All right, I'm going to drop the link in the chat, and you guys are all welcome to hop in here. While I'm waiting for some people to pop in, I will go through the chat here and see what we got. I'm just going to scroll up a little bit. Moses slapped the 10 Commandments in the Ark of the Covenant, says Snuggie. We've got Jason Sandberg, South River Studios, you caught me. Scrolling down, we've got, you can't drive around Burbank and literally see Jay Leno driving a steam power car. I have friends who have seen him. Well, there you go. Dale A says, dang, this show is putting me in a terrible mood. I need better Friday nights in 2026. Welcome to Festivus, my friend. It's the one time that we pull out all the stops and go really dark and really negative. Snuggie Jr. says, I slapped your mom last night. Hey-o! And I'm telling B Snugs. We've got a Festivus miracle. There you go. John James Johnny has joined us. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for coming over. We've got, but Bane was behind it all. Look at that cool Joker Oh, God, dude, do not get me started. It's just so bad. Awesome One says, Absolute Batman starring Ren and Stimpy. That I might actually buy. Henry Bemis, man, I'm loving the negativity tonight. Pixel Trader, I feel seen again. Snuggie Jr., I saw the Supergirl trailer today. Don't mind the casting, but the movie looks like warmed over shit. Well, there you go, my friend. There you go. We do have nobody has joined us yet. Oh, there's Kayla. Kayla has joined the chat. Greetings, Kayla. What is your first and highest grievance for the new year?
All right, good stuff, Kayla.
I gotta close off YouTube first of all. There we go. Sorry.
Yeah, please turn your radio off while you're on the show.
Yeah.
Here we go.
My first grievance is Ronnie. I'm fucking tired of Ronnie.
Kara, let's go to Vegas. Let's gamble.
I can't do it. Oh my God, I hate you guys.
You should have known better than to post that.
I'm tired of Ronnie. Find somebody else. But
Citizen, as Citizen Ronan says, she is fun.
Yeah, you're both fun. I'm surprised you don't get along.
No, I wouldn't get along with her. I'm sorry. Can't see myself being friends with whatever she was when you looked her up. I can't remember. Okay, so that's my first grievance. My second grievance, I have quite a few. My second grievance is I'm so tired of all these crazy people online, like these women that they're posting, like with Stranger Things, over TV shows or just about comics. We need to kill all men. Men shouldn't be writing women. Blah, 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 blah. Or the people, this people should be writing this type of person. A white person can't write a black character. Really just retarded at this point. It's completely retarded. Anyone can write any character. It doesn't matter any of that shit. It just matters if it's well done. It just, I'm sick of the Stranger Things fan base to begin with. They suck.
All right. Well, on that topic, we're going to move in to JP and I's number 2 grievance. Number 2, JP, what is your second grievance?
Well, my number 3 was fantasy football, and this is kind of a repeat, but it's the same concept, but for the dilapidated ruins of the indie comic scene. The equivalent of fantasy football there, which is pocket watchers. If people took a fraction of the energy that they spent watching people's money and backer numbers and talked about the fucking books, then maybe the scene wouldn't be the complete shithouse that it is. And that goes like in every possible direction. I do not care who raised what, how many backers they had. Why don't you talk about books?
Because people don't read the books.
Oh, that goes on my next grievance.
Well, then roll it out. Let it all out.
My next grievance is people backing books just for the sake of backing books and not reading them. Not like so many people, like not only that, as someone that has a story that came out this past year, I literally have to beg people to give me fucking feedback. I have to beg my fucking friends to give me feedback, which shout out to Snuggie for providing me feedback, Admiral Wackass, the people that did buy the book that did take the time to give me feedback, Phil Diaz, Vaughn, Zach, the people that did.
So I just want to go through the people you've thanked so far. We've got Snuggie, who's been demonized by numerous people. You've got Admiral Wackass, who has been demonized by numerous people. Phil Diaz, who's been demonized by numerous people. Zach, I don't think Zach's been attacked, but I might be wrong there. I'm not close friends with Zach.
And there was a couple other people too, but for the most part, I'm literally having to beg people that I've supported or say that they're my friends or say that they bought the book to read the fucking story that I wrote to give me feedback.
All right. I'm with you 100%.
That's pretty sad. That's pretty fucking sad.
But I think what you're both hitting on is the third rail of
no one is reading fucking books.
Yes. It's
people want to buy a book because it's popular for them to do, and they want to feel the camaraderie from saying I backed this book, I bought this book, but they're not reading them. Yeah, Ronan, I think you did give me feedback too. So Aldous doesn't have a copy. I have to like email him a copy. I'm sure Aldous will give me feedback. I'm sure Raiden will give me feedback. I literally sent JP some just random writing I had, and he gave me feedback on it and advice. And I'm appreciative for that because I will take critiques because I want to learn how to be better. But I can't get better unless I'm getting feedback. So it's very frustrating. And if you back a book, take the time to post the book once you get the book. I mean, I'm backed up with mailing out things and opening mail, but I try to at least make a post and write a little bit and message the creator and share my opinion with their writing or their artwork on it. I just think, I don't know. I really don't know. That's frustrating. I'm very frustrated, and I have
more on that. I have more on that with my first grievance. My second grievance is associated with the second thing you mentioned, which is Stranger Things. Not Stranger Things as a show, but the Stranger Things. It's the fans and the tertiary fans, and it all started with the second volume with the big coming out scene of Will. That we spend in this inordinate amount of time, and I have it right here. It was 6 minutes and 51 seconds for Will to come out, and then in the finale, it was 6 minutes and 34 seconds for the conclusion of the quote-unquote big bad. It wasn't the scenes in and of itself. The scenes in and of itself, it's a Netflix show. You're going to get what you get. It was the people that were reframing the conversation from, oh, well, Will's been gay the whole time. No, it's not about that. It's the fact that they spent that much time on it. And in the preceding moment, they said, time is of the essence. And then they immediately change the entire pacing. It's everything we bitch about bad books, about pacing and story structure was evident in that episode of Stranger Things. You established the stakes and then broke away from the stakes that you just established to do something else. and to do a moment that has no business. It had no gain on storytelling. It offered no exposition to the story. It was a character moment that didn't need to be there. And the people that were defending it, everybody that was defending that, fundamentally, you just lost my business, because if you posted any way, shape, or form defending that sequence in any way, you don't understand the importance of storytelling. And you're telling me it's not going to be in your book. So because of that, I have a whole bunch of more money that I'll be directing elsewhere, because there were a lot of people that were defending that choice. I don't understand why. I understand that there's a little bit of an aspect of we've got to balance our pushback and, I got to do this for marketing reasons. But what you ended up doing was negating more customers than you're ever going to gain, because the people that respond to that kind of storytelling are not the people that actually buy shit. That's been proven time and time again. I don't understand how we're 6 to 7 years into this scene and people don't get that. It's fundamentally shocking. Now, to turn to something that's much more irritating to me beyond that, it is actually about the show of Stranger Things. I have never in my life grabbed the handle of my AR and cocked it when I remag. This is what? The handle? What is going on? What weapons guy did you have on this show that thinks that this is a good idea, that let this go, let alone how many editors watched this when they were cutting it and went, yeah, do that. Let alone how many visual effects guys looked at it and went, it was bad enough that she popped up from the top of the truck driving into the military thing, sat exposed for like 25 minutes after shooting 2 people, and the military guys don't shoot at her, and then she takes them out. That was bad enough, but this is completely inexcusable. However, I will be adopting this from now on, because apparently this is how you reload an AR. You cock the handle right after you mag load. So there's that. There's also this gem, and you're going to have to maybe turn your volume up just slightly, because I have never in my life, I've watched a lot of bad Westerns, I have never heard them add the sound effect of shell casings hitting the ground when somebody fires a revolver. You can hear the tink of the rounds in the background. It's astounding that it's this bad.
It's astounding that people don't know how to end a series. That's what's astounding. I mean, that was a very underwhelming series finale.
What do you think is
with
worse,
11 dying because she was always supposed to die. So, and I would have killed Will off too.
What do you guys think is worse, when something has a bad ending or something has a bad middle?
Bad middle.
Bad middle, bad ending. I think they both are equivalent in my book. I mean, like, let's take House of the Dragon, right? That second season was so bad. It was so bad. I cannot be excited for season 3. I can't.
Yeah, no,
I think I'm more forgiving of a bad ending, because a bad middle just tells me that the writer, like, if you have a bad middle, at least the writer had an idea for a beginning and an ending, and just kind of struggled to get there. But a bad ending means it's an incomplete thought.
Yep, I tend to agree. We've got Colonel Morg. Apparently, Kayla, you hang out with monsters. Terrible, awful monsters. That's the takeaway. And greetings, Colonel Morg. Colonel Morg might be able to correct me on this, but I also believe that it is a mistake based off the year that they are in when they call Will not a wizard but a sorcerer, because the sorcerer class was not available in D&D at the time, so they'd have no frame of reference for that. But I'm sure Colonel Morg can check me on that. He does say they got D&D wrong. I didn't watch anything else after that. Exactly. Citizen Ronan says, I can understand why people don't give feedback, because so many people go apeshit if the feedback isn't what they want to hear. It's dumb because when someone wants real feedback, they can't get it. Oh, no, that's definitely true. But for a lot of people, especially like the people that are friends with Kayla, that are in our orbit, come on, man. Everybody knows that I'm going to give brutal assessment. JP's going to give a brutal assessment. We're not going to pull any punches. We're going to tell you what we think. And, if you don't like it, you don't like it. Take what, your mileage may vary, essentially.
Yeah, but you know what, though? It's not about liking the feedback that you get. If you need to like the feedback that you get, then you really are very egotistical in the worst way. And you choose to live in an echo chamber, and you think you know everything. And if you think you know everything, then you've already failed at life because you have no room to grow. So I would rather someone give me really harsh critiques and feedback than someone just tell me, oh, it was good. I can't grow from it was good.
And we get people responding to the AR. I would have edited that out. Pixel Trader says they even went. I know it's awful. And Jonathan James Johnny says the AR-10 was like that though. No, the AR-10 still has a handle on top, and you don't rack the bolt by grabbing it, unless you're looking at a different variant. I might be wrong, but at least no variant I've seen do you rack the bolt by grabbing the handle. Nobody in Hollywood knows shit about guns. Ain't that the truth?
No, that one guy did pretty good. Alec
Baldwin, yeah.
Somebody else.
It go bang. Henry Bemis says, as someone who owns an AR or two, I'm embarrassed I never thought about that. Is that supposed to be one of those new bolt action semi-auto ARs? Maybe that's it, Colonel Moore. Good call. I think so, Trader. It's faster to rack the handle than to switch to your secondary AR. Nice. It's because they don't know the difference between an automatic and a revolver. Oh, no, absolutely. That's just embarrassing for the sound effect. And Colonel Morg does say sorcerers came in late 2nd edition in the skill and powers book for Magic, but aren't really a core class till 3rd edition. So, yeah, I figured that was
what
about
a
right.
Fucking nerd.
Oh, no, we're super nerds, man. We are so far beyond nerds, it's not even funny. I do know everything, and according to all this, I have room to grow because I drink Coke Zero.
Oh my God.
Jeremy just goes,
why would you
Snuggie.
Why would you not drink Coke Zero? It tastes exactly like Coke, but with no sugar.
Well, then just drink it with the sugar.
Well, if you're diabetic, I guess you can't. Like Coke Zero is really full
Kayla,
of diabetes.
You shouldn't be drinking anything.
If you're diabetic, just do what Aldous suggest. Just die. That's what Aldous
exactly.
wants.
Nobody wants those diabetics around.
It's right.
You're driving up the price of insulin. All right. First grievance, JP. Top of the line here, buddy.
Aldous
yes.
Is my number. Yeah.
What did I do this year?
Okay, here's what you did. Now, this isn't even really your fault or anything. I'm just venting here, but I made the mistake of just kind of assuming like, oh, Aldous knows. He knows about comics. He knows about the production of comics. So Aldous, so the way it works is your artist sends you a very rough sketch, and then you okay it, and then they draw it. So when they send you a sketch, that's when you make your corrections, right? Like you're with me so far?
Yep.
Okay, so I send you the sketch for the cover for the Rough and Tumble, and I'm like, here's what I would like to change. I don't like the perspective. I want it to be much more close up. And you mostly agreed with me, right? Mm-hmm. So I send my feedback back to him. He sends me another sketch. I send you the sketch. You reply with like a fire emoji. All good, right? I reply to him and I say, hey, we're all good. Now he draws it and he sends it to me, and I send that to you, and you say, well, why is his hat down? And it's like, no, Aldous, we're past that part. You're asking for corrections after we're at the part for corrections. You get what I'm saying?
No, I understand what you're saying. And from what I recall is his hat was not that further down in the sketch. But
it was.
If it was, it was. That's all you got to do is go, well, was that far down on the sketch? I'm like, oh, okay. Well, it looks different. I don't know. It struck me different.
All right, but my real number one this year is people who it seems as though the priority in all of their communications with others is that they appear intelligent. Now, I play like the buffoon character a lot. And a lot of that is because I really don't care if people think I'm smart. If I am or if I'm not smart, people are going to think that about me or they're not. So people who like have this weird attachment to appearing intelligent is very, very, very bizarre to me.
You want to expand on that at all, or?
No, it's just something I get from people sometimes. Like the most important thing to them is that they sound smart, and that's always seemed very bizarre to me.
Gotcha. I feel personally attacked since you've said I shouldn't use the word penultimate.
Oh no, this is definitely describing you to an extent.
Okay.
A couple weeks ago, because for me, I value communication that is easily discernible, and I can't think of why anybody would want to use the word penultimate or metallurgist. That one threw me too.
I can't remember the context in which I used metallurgist, but I'm sure it was correct.
I asked you if you knew anything about gold coins, which the most sensible answer would be just to go and have them weighed and appraised. But you were like, okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find a metallurgist. And I was like, okay, I'm out.
Well, I think I said a numismatic or a metallurgist.
A numismatic.
Right, a coin guy.
So why do you just say a coin guy?
Because they're called numismatic collectors.
I'm letting the silence speak volumes.
Okay, so if a guy collects postage stamps,
right,
what do you call
him? 100 years old.
A stamp? I don't know.
Sir, this is not a Dairy Queen.
It's a philantist, right?
Okay.
So there's a name for it and the name is important because it exists for a reason. The word has a definition.
Right.
So I could say, hey, you've got a bunch of postage stamps that you inherited from somebody that had a postage stamp collection. You could go to a postage stamp collector, or I could just say, go find a philantist. Like, why would I not use the philantist? It's a single word that replaces postage stamp collector.
I've never heard that before.
So, Aldous, language is an agreement between people. And if you use the words whose definitions are known by few people...
Point, dude, you've been doing this show with me for 2.5 years. At what point do you think I have ever come to an agreement with quote-unquote people?
I think that you are the embodiment of an IPA drinker. Or I'm sorry, an Indian Pale Ale. I could have just said IPA, but I'll go with an Indian Pale Ale.
Wow. Well, it's all coming out tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Pixels Trader says, if you're cutting your Coke with sugar, you're doing it wrong. And Henry Bemis says, Kayla just added all this in JP to her list of grievances. That's not true, JP. I always sound retarded, says Hojo, which... Colonel Morg, Raiden Radio probably doesn't know this, but in comics production, what Aldous did, that's called a hat trick. Raiden got. Well done, Colonel Morg. Snuggy Jr. says hipster fight. Anybody know what these guys are talking about? You can find a fight list behind TJ's Pizza. Let's imagine what Tolkien would say about a word or its meanings not mattering. There you go. No IP slander. The beard didn't do anything. She's innocent. Jeremy says, now I feel like I should stop using the word penultimate in my videos. There you go. Kayla, what's your top, before we go into the bonus round, what's your top grievance for the year?
whores. I'm tired of fucking whores. They're everywhere. And I'm tired of
Here,
whores.
let's go to Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. Good example. I'm just tired of whores. I'm tired of whore culture. I'm tired of all of it. I'm tired of if someone is a dumb whore or just attractive.
Careful, Kayla. It sounded like you said horticulture, and you know how Aldous feels about those 4-syllable words.
There you go.
Well, it's just like, and you know, like, men, be smarter than that. Like, just because someone is saying the right words that you want to hear, like political things, the person is still a whore.
Oh, wait a minute,
I had an OnlyFans.
You dropped something today that said words that I wanted to hear.
Gamble. I fucking hate you so much. You guys are on the top of my grievance list now.
Are you at a casino?
I was at a casino. I was at a
Nice.
casino to go see a comedy show with my friend. One of her clients was the comedian that was on. So she took me assisting. So, and that was the joke. I was like, oh, let's gamble.
Nice.
You know? And then I found it. And
Wait
yeah.
until Pixel Trader gets his hands on that clip.
Oh, that's
Great.
going to be cut into a music video by Wednesday.
No. Pixel Trader will be on my grievance list.
Kayla,
That was-
no,
I know.
like you have a vote in it.
I
You
don't.
sounded like a grieving widow. No.
I'm
No,
just
please.
yeah. I'm tired of these bitches. I really am. I'm tired of these bitches and whores. Yeah.
Oh,
and-
you're saved. Pixel Trader's busy lettering. And Citizen Ronan's it's an epidemic of gold digging
It is.
whores.
It really is.
I prefer the pronunciation whores.
Whores.
Who
Yes,
is?
indeed.
Who says
What
who
is your number one grievance before we go into the bonus round, JP?
Oh, that was my number one.
Okay, well, I will jump right over to mine. Mine is more than slightly not nuanced. It is people empowering the mentally ill. This is the best video example I can give of this.
What the fuck?
The fact that this exists, that hobby enforcing is considered a sport, and there is varsity level music and rock is the most amazing.
Is that real?
I want to object to that. I have seen way worse sports
Is that real?
on television.
No, that's real. Hobby horsing is a real quote unquote sport that is conducted.
Society coming to.
The other side of this is just I'm not, it doesn't need to be spoken of. I'm just going to preface it with this. It's anyone that mentions this guy or enables him to exist. That's it.
Was that Frank Costanza?
That was Frank Costanza. Anybody that supports that is insane.
Wait, hang on. We need to back
If
up.
you-
What is your problem with people doing hurdles with a fake horse head?
It's enabling mental illness.
What does
You're
that have to
telling
do
that
with it?
person that they're doing something. They're not doing anything. They're
You
jumping
couldn't
around
do
with a
those
hobby
hurdles.
horse.
No, they're hurdling.
You seriously have no problem. You think that that's normal. You think that this is an absolutely normal behavior.
I could
That
show
this
you
is something
worse
that needs
that
to
was
be
on
reinforced.
television recently. There's a televised sport where dudes throw footballs onto a roof and then catch them as they come down.
I honestly think that this is to promote something sick.
I couldn't jump that high. Could you?
That's what I think. I don't know. I just think it's I think it's something to promote something sick in the long run because our society is fucked up.
I mean, if we're talking about horse girl culture, I'll agree. But as far as like just raw athleticism, I think that is way more of a sport than dudes throwing footballs on a roof.
But to me, they're in the same category.
What? There are people literally throwing footballs at a roof.
Yes, and
That's
then they catch it on the way down.
I see.
Like
I'm with Pierre on this. That's the hobby horsey thing. It's borderline furry territory, and we need to bring the wood chipper out.
Yeah, and we need to bring the wood chipper out. Absolutely.
It's pro. It's where there was pro dodgeball. Snuggie Jr.'s feeling attacked right now.
Well, then we need to have a raid at the Deviant Art headquarters.
Horse girls are already crazy. This is straight batshit. He couldn't do those hurdles because Aldous called me a fat ass. Yes, that's exactly what I did. Thank you. Colonel Mork says, number one for me, 8-episode long TV series, but Hobby looks pretty bad too. Wait, that's a combo of whores and horses. Kayla can double hate. Pixel Trader from the rope. Oh man! So we can go into the bonus round if you guys want. Nobody else from the chat's joining in. The link is in the chat. I'll add it one last time. But I do have one last one that I can reference, and I'm sure Kayla's got a litany that she can go off of based off the last few minutes. But my last and bonus round is monarchists. It's anyone that in 2026 still feels like they need to live in a place where there's a monarch that rules over them is absolutely astounding to me. It boggles the mind. But JP, I'm sure you're going to have a problem with that.
No, I'm good.
All right.
I mean, there are worse worldviews. Anarchism.
What's wrong with anarchy?
Socialism.
Bureaucratic feudalism.
Okay, bureaucratic feudalism, I will give you. That is actually worse than monarchism. But Colonel Mark says, oh yeah, at roofs, Uncle Rico threw footballs right over the damn roof. Take that. China willingly allowed itself to be imprisoned. This is an awesome one. Well, that's a communist country, and we all know how we feel about communists here in the gutter. But unless anybody else wants to join in and air their grievances, I think that's going to do it for this year, for 2025's in 2026's airing of the grievances. Do you guys have any closing comments you would like to add?
I don't I don't like girls.
The best, I should have cut it. One of my favorite reframes of that scene was somebody recut it with everybody nodding and going like, yeah, we're all misogynists too. Because it's the 80s. It was wonderful. But with that being said, Kayla, nothing else? You got no other grievances?
I mean, the Patriots are frauds.
What?
Patriots are frauds.
Settle in, ladies and gentlemen. We got another 30 minutes of content coming up.
No. Listen, we're back to our old ways. We got
Yep.
We have
got wide receivers,
we have a star quarterback and a wide
sexual
receiver
assault
looking
charges
at
on them.
time.
Oh yeah. Well, the problem, Kayla, is that
your tight end hasn't killed anybody yet, though.
You don't get to play the Browns in the playoffs, or the Jets or the Raiders. So sorry about that. You're going to have to play an actual team.
Not the Lions, though, but they're going to win this Sunday. Why? Because they're mathematically eliminated, and that's the rule.
I'm just going to keep quiet because we'll see what happens.
Jared says
it'll be even better.
Celtics are looking good.
Yeah, they are looking great. So I'm just going to keep quiet.
Oh man, I would much rather have the Patriots win the Super Bowl. Anybody but the Niners. I want the Niners to be terrible forever.
Is that just because Niner fans are still insufferable?
Yeah, because the worst fan I've ever met was a Niners fan.
Really? Not a Cowboys fan? That's
no.
shocking.
I was going to say Cowboys fans are seriously.
Cowboys fans are always the worst.
No, they're pretty much defeated at this point. And not only that, but they're more than likely not even. They've never even been to Dallas. They haven't seen an NFC Championship game that wasn't on VHS. You know, they're defeated.
Jesus, man. Brutal.
Actually, Jets
Henry
fans
Viva says, bring on the feats of strength. Feats of strength due to requirements.
Feats of strength, that'll be Aldous carrying this show. Hi-yo!
Oh, there we go. Colonel Morg says, because obviously go Ravens, we have always been at war with Pittsburgh. And Eagles and Knicks fans suck ass. Oh,
Dang.
Fighting words, JP.
You know, I don't mind the Eagles fans, I must say. I find them very entertaining because whether they win or lose, it's like the apocalypse happens in their city. And
Yes.
I think they're all pretty crazy. They're like just as crazy as Massachusetts fan, crazier. I mean, didn't you guys beat up Santa Claus? Like throw shit at Santa Claus?
That wasn't Santa Claus. That was a drunk guy that the team was they had just booed the Eagles off the field as they went into halftime, and this guy was literally falling down drunk. And it was in the 70s. No, they just booed him, and somebody might have thrown something at him. But he had it coming. He can't be Santa Claus and show up, half drunk.
Well, on that note, I think we're going to close the show out. I do want to say this. I don't take my number one grievance lightly. If you know somebody that's into hobby horsing or is in Australia and considers themselves a king koala, if they need mental help, you need to reach out and help them. They should not be utilized for any kind of YouTube promotion or anything like that. I find that disgusting. Absolutely make sure they get the help they need. And encourage them to seek out that help privately. It's very important to me. I don't want to see anybody end their life. I want to see a lot of people just shut the fuck up. But I certainly don't want to see anybody end their life. That would be tragic.
I'm lost.
With that being said, I think we're gonna end the show. The link will be in the chat if you want to join the back room. The back room's probably going to be pretty spicy tonight, based on how the show ended. But there's the link, and from us to you, God bless, and we wish you nothing but the best going into 2026. And we will see you next week with a fantastic book review, as is our way.
This is blood for blood and by the gallons. This is the old days, and the bad days, the all or nothing days. They're back. There's no choices left.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.